Welcome everyone to session 3 of A Time to Harvest, a campaign for the Call of Cthulhu. Let's just do a quick recap of where we left off. I'm going to run through the first two sessions really quickly, and then we'll kind of, the first session we'll kind of spend a little more time focusing on the second. But essentially, the year is 1930, and we are students of Miskatonic University in Arkham, Massachusetts, and we are on a field trip to Vermont, to the small town of Cobb's Corners, to undertake, for two purposes. One is a geologic survey. We are here to look for a mineral called Pasqualium that was rumored to be discovered in this area on previous expeditions. In fact, our research has been funded by Federated Oil and Chemical that is keen to discover more of this mineral. But then there's another group, part of the university, that's coming out to take folklore surveys, to speak to the locals and gather up bits of folklore for various projects in regards to New England folklore. And we are not the first group to undertake this. There was a group just last year that came out here, and they met with tragedy. One member of that group, Robert Blaine, he broke his arm before that group departed, and so he missed that expedition. Well, he has joined us on this expedition, but he has been acting strangely. And it turns out Julian discovered that he has a secret stash of whiskey, and he seems to be self-medicating with whiskey. And it could be that coming back to this place may have stirred up some bad memories for him. The people that came on that ill-fated expedition a year ago were known to him, and in fact may have been quite friendly to him. And we know for a fact that at least one of them died. His body was found, looked as though he had suffered a great fall, and two others were never found, but were out in the middle of the woods. They could be anywhere, and at any point, perhaps Robert is distraught, thinking that he may stumble across the remains of one of his friends. But so far, we have met a few people in town. The sheriff, who did not seem to be overly welcoming, and his young deputy, who was much more welcoming to us. We came to find out that maybe the reason why, besides the fact that there was, a huge investigation here because some people had died, or at least one person had died and two had gone missing, we're staying in the house of a man named Jimmy McLaren. It turns out his wife was the sheriff's sister, and his wife passed away, and Jimmy has gone off the deep end. Again, self-medicating with alcohol. And staying here at this house may be difficult for the sheriff to know that, a bunch of young kids, even though we're college students and should be responsible, are in his sister's home. We also met with a member of the local press who took some notes about us, and in an effort to write a bit of fluff propaganda for the local paper. And we also met with the local doctor, Dr. Perry, who had been here for about a dozen years, and he had a story to tell. That when he first started here, he was called to the cemetery. Apparently there had been someone digging up a grave, some grave robbers. Well, it was the grave of Sarah McLaren. And when they opened the casket, there was the body of a calf in there, and not her body. And he spoke with Jebediah about some of his experiences in town, that oftentimes children die at a young age of strange circumstances, falls and accidents around the home, and that there have been times he's been called out and found the bodies completely drained of blood, and other times when there has been blood, he's tested it and determined that it was pig's blood. Many of the townsfolk speak of Sarah McLaren, whose home we're staying at, as though she is some kind of witch. They talk about Sarah's shade that haunts the town, and that's their rationale for why children are going missing. However, the doctor, he seemed to be under the mind that it was a vampire. And he did confess that he was a fan of the movie Nosferatu that he had seen in New York a few years back. But he still seems to prescribe garlic and prayers as often as he does regular medication. Gerald met with the local school teacher who talked about how strange the children in town were. That one time she found some children skinning a cat outside during recess, and that they seemed to delight in that sort of cruelty. And she showed you a drawing that one of them had made and a verse of song, and it was just very, very creepy. And the teacher seemed to be very distraught and perhaps at her wit's end. Perhaps this is her last year before she finally decides she's getting the hell out of Cobb's Corners. And our surveys so far have yielded some fruit. The geologic survey, which Marian and Julian have attended, has discovered some artifacts, some arrowheads, and some strange small circular bone objects with what Julian discovered to be some sort of writing on there, although it was mostly worn off. It seemed to be pictograms, much like hieroglyphs, but he was unable to read it. There was just fragments left on there. The folklore group had also discovered the locals have a great many strange stories. It ranged from vampires to werewolves to the Wendigo to ghosts to strange lights in the sky, all sorts of happenings. It's a very strange place, Cobb's Corners. And and one other thing that has happened is since we have been staying here, a few of us have encountered some strange dreams. It started with Marian, but then has spread to, I think, everyone but Gerald has had the dreams, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Has everyone? Yes, everyone but Gerald has had these strange dreams. Marian has had 3 dreams. Who else has had the dreams? Oh no, I think Gerald did have. Did Gerald have a dream? I don't recall.
No, Gerald didn't have a dream.
Okay.
Gerald never had it.
I screenshotted it because I don't know if you only get access to one handout.
Yeah, so
in fact, yeah, handout.
yeah, so I see that you do have access to one. So you had a dream, but some have had multiple dreams, but everyone has had at least one dream. And these dreams are very peculiar. Oftentimes strange visions, strange sounds or smells, and often quite horrible. But always it seems to lead us peering into the depths of a sugar maple forest, of which there is one near our home. Now, Robert Blaine is not the only one that knew the group, the ill-fated group from last year. Marian, you were good friends with John Jeffrey, who has gone missing from that group, and you hold out some hope that perhaps he will be found alive, but it's been a year, and that hope is dwindling. And you notice that Robert seems to have taken a strange interest in Clarissa Thurber, and she has confided in you that she finds him quite weird, and you have been protective of her to, in case Robert's intentions are not good. And most of you have made friends with some of the other students. Arthur, you and Jason Trent have had a kind of a strange friendship. You're both very introverted and, let's just say it, a little weird. But in a good way, in a pleasant way. All of us are a little weird. You guys just seem to have more than your fair share. And Jason loaned you, at the end of last session, a book. And this was a book about witchcraft. And you read through this book. And where we ended the last session, you had read the instructions for some sort of ritual performance that seemed as though it would conjure up a cloud of darkness that might obscure your presence. Although whether or not you believe that to be true is up to you. Now, when we awake on the 18th of August, after having had some strange dreams, we find that the storm of the previous night has stopped. And with that storm finally subsiding, you can hear birds outside singing again. And today is yet another day where we will go on these surveys. Now, as we awaken, the only one who did not have a bad dream last night was Gerald. Arthur, you probably look at Jebediah, and in fact he had gone outside on the porch, and he looks rather haggard this day. You've spent the last few days with Jebediah on your expedition, but you can see that he looks as though something disturbing or something troubling has happened to him over the course of the night. What do you say to him that morning when you awaken?
Professor, is everything alright? Why didn't you sleep inside?
Oh, yes, Arthur, everything's fine. I simply had some thinking that needed to be done, and, yes, I find that, outside I do my best thinking, and, I also wish to smoke to settle my mind and didn't wish to wake any of you.
Now, Arthur, you had an incident outside on your first night here. You had gone to the outhouse and had been left by William and Jason, who had said they would accompany you, but as soon as you were in the outhouse, you heard them scamper away. And then you saw something in the grass through the moonlight approaching you, and you quickly ran into the house. Do you have any concern that the professor was out there at night knowing that you had seen something in the grass? Or do you think that perhaps that was just your imagination? Because when you did go back into the house, Jason and William acted as though they'd never gone outside with you, and perhaps you just imagined it all.
Well, I believe that what I saw was maybe a wild animal or something. You know, it looked relatively close to a raccoon or a rat or something, so that's what I'll pass that off as.
Okay.
And yeah, I have no idea why they have that lapse in their memory, but I know I was out there.
Now, Marian, you saw a strange creature that next morning, the morning of the second day, something stalking a hare. Do you recall what you saw?
Yeah, it was like a rat on its like hind legs, right? Like it was walking around bipedally.
And in fact, it was clutching like a small blade, a small crude dagger. And when you frightened away the hare, it regarded you with a look of understanding and perhaps aggression. And then it scampered off into the woods. And you did try to follow it. I think you and Gerald went after it, but to no avail. As you get up, Marian, you head into the kitchen, and one of your tasks is to heat up a large kettle of water for the morning's tea or coffee. And as you're filling the water, you've got the window there that looks out upon the sugar maple forest, and you may recall that there was a bed of flowers out there. In fact, I think you showed it to Gerald that first morning, and while much of the yard was full of weeds and overgrowth, the flowers seemed to be well tended, had been weeded, organized. They were not just haphazard wildflowers. It looked like this had been planted with a purpose. And as you look out into the morning, you're pleased that the rain has stopped, and you see the puddles out in the yard. Give me a spot hidden roll, if you would, please.
Ooh. Okay. Oh no!
gosh.
Wow, starting off strong.
Perfect. Yeah. So that is a fumble. So
No.
um, you look at those lovely flowers, and you probably point them out to someone. Who would you point those out to? Because they've fully bloomed now that they've had some water and the sun is back out.
Hmm. Well, I've already tried Gerald, and not much happened. Probably Julian because we bonded on our car adventure.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
probably
wow.
bonded in the middle
I
of a
was gonna
river.
die. I thought I was gonna be in the valley, but somehow somebody chucked a rope. Somehow,
So you
I'll do a spot hidden, I guess, on the flower.
yeah,
But, hey,
give me
what's
a
that
spot
flower?
hidden as you peek out, and Marian probably says, "Oh, look how lovely those flowers are."
They're so nice.
Do I find it dodgy?
No rats
Nope.
with daggers here.
No, but you do
Nope.
see something. It looks like maybe a small stone, kind of elongated, is poking up through some of the flowers, and it has a rounded end, but it's kind of the wrong color for granite. It doesn't look like granite, and the closer you look, you realize it's a bone. It's a leg bone.
Oh,
Oh, great.
of what?
Um,
Like,
I'll go over and take it out. I guess, sticking out of the ground.
Yeah, as you go outside, you actually get a better view. There's several bones poking up. You can see it looks like a human femur, as well as a shaft.
Oh,
of
it's human bone.
tibia.
Oh.
Yeah, this looks to be
Call the
human.
police. What else
Yeah.
do I do? Call the police.
Definitely looks to be human.
know
Now,
about it.
now you can give me a roll on this. I'm going to let you give me a natural world roll, please, and yeah, no bonus die on this.
Don't need it.
Nope, don't. Excellent. Yeah, these bones look to be not fresh. They've probably been here for years, or the whoever this belonged to has been dead for years. They're dried, and you would guess that with all of the rain coming down, it has raised the water table and pushed up these bones from beneath the flower bed.
Yeah, what a nice place to stay in. Yeah, call the professor and tell them to call the police on the phone that we have in the house.
Professor, you come out and see these bones out here, and I want you to give me. Let's do an archaeology roll. Do you want to spend luck or push that?
I will push the roll.
I'll help him with that skill. I'll help him. By professor, maybe you need some help.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an archaeology roll as well.
I'm like God here in this skill. Like, I cannot fail.
Excellent. You go out and get a closer look at these bones, and you find that there's a pelvis as well. That leg is partially attached to through desiccated sinewy tendons. And looking at that pelvis, you confer with the professor, and you maybe talk to one another. And professor, you get out and you kind of hold your hand out to get measurements. You think this is a female based on the shape of the pelvis.
Well, it might be best to call that deputy, and he can come out and take a look at this. I'm not sure how this would have gone unnoticed with several groups using this house, but that would, I believe, be our best option.
There is a telephone in the house. It's been arranged that it can call into town, so you can make that phone call. When you call the sheriff's office, the The deputy does not answer, but the sheriff does. And when he answers, he's like, "Yeah, the Cobb's Corner Sheriff Office. To whom am I speaking?"
Yes, I am Professor Baldwin. I'm in charge of that group of students that came out here for a few days. We found what appears to be human remains on the property, and we were hoping that you might be able to come and investigate this.
Now, what kind of mischief have you guys gotten into now? What do you mean, human remains?
Well, I assure you it's nothing that we were involved in. However, it appears that these have been here for quite some time, and we're not entirely sure, but it's best that you come and look.
Give me a fast talk roll, if you would.
While he's doing that, I guess I'll talk to Marian, and I'll be like, "Hey, Marian, maybe you can come and take a look to see if you can figure out how these bones died and stuff."
Perfect.
Sure.
So, Jebediah, you use some luck. He definitely doesn't sound like he wants to answer or to believe that you guys were not involved in this, but you are a professor. You are the adult over this group of students. And he... I don't know why I've got that on the screen. Sorry, he agrees he will be out shortly. He encourages you not to go anywhere. No one touch anything.
Touch it all.
So, and then as you finish speaking with him, you go out and do you find Marian and Julian digging up these bones?
Yes.
Yeah, totally. We're like going full bravado on the bones, like taking it out, studying it, seeing if it's a male, female, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you guys came here to do not just a mineral survey, but to find remains and items, and here you found some just right outside your door. So why would you stop? And as you begin to dig them up, you find it appears to be a full set of human bones.
I feel like part of Marian is wondering if this is her friend that went missing, or one of the people with her friend.
Now, your friend was a male, John Jeffrey, but there was a young woman named Daphne Devine that went with that group, and there's a chance this could be Daphne.
Yeah, so we want to take a look at the pelvic bone, that sort of thing, to see if it's a male or female.
Marian, let me have you give me a first aid roll.
Sure. I don't remember if I put anything in there. I put
Just
a
to
little
see
bit.
if you can determine a cause of death.
Absolutely not.
No. Probably being buried is probably what did it in. Do you want to push that? That would mean kind of disarticulating some of the bones to get a closer look, or cleaning a lot of the dirt off of there, potentially disturbing a crime scene?
Yeah, I mean, she wants to know what happened to her friend, so we're pushing it. Still no.
So what happens is you find a skull.
Ooh.
And there are still bits of hair clinging to the skull. This has probably only been in the ground a decade, maybe two, you would guess. You don't find any sort of fractures in the neck. Doesn't look like her neck was broken. You don't find any scarring or scraping on any bones like she was stabbed. There's no fractures on her skull. She wasn't beaten. You don't know what may have done this, but...
Can I try the medic roll as well? Just
Yeah.
the first aid? See
Sure.
Okay. First aid. Let's do it. Nope. Yeah, I'll push that anyway. I'll be like, I'm going to study it as hard as I can. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Perfect. So you're looking at this, and at first glance you have no idea what may have done it. but then you roll over one of the rib bones, and you see that one of the bones has it's called a lytic lesion. It's a lesion that eats away bone, almost as though her bones had termites in that rib bone. And you would know with your first aid check that this is likely some sort of malignancy, probably some sort of cancer that may have claimed her. And as you start looking at other bones, you see it in a few more bones, a few more rib bones, and then finally in one of the bones on her arm, her upper humerus bone, you can see that there's some of those lytic lesions in that bone. And you would hazard a guess that it was probably cancer that took this woman's life.
Jeez. Yeah, I'll point this out to Marian. I'll be like, well, she had a tough life.
Now, it does not look like she was old. Judging by her teeth, she was probably not more than middle-aged. But she does have all of her teeth have come in, including, you can see her wisdom teeth. This was before they would extract wisdom teeth. They would just grow in and push the rest of your teeth out of the way. She has those wisdom teeth have grown in, so she was definitely not a teenager, but not probably beyond 40 years old.
Is this the guy's wife? I forgot his name. The one who owns the place?
It's very, very likely.
Hmm.
Now, Arthur and Gerald, what are you doing while they're exhuming this body from the flower patch?
Sorry, ma'am.
Hey, there's an unmarked grave. It's not our fault.
Arthur, what are you doing during all of this?
I don't know. I would probably be looking out the window to see them digging up the grave. I would probably be very curious about it.
Now, Julian and Marian, they've been digging up, excavating sites and have found human remains before. Have you ever seen human bones in a grave?
I don't think I would have, no.
Yeah, I need a sanity roll from Arthur.
Okay.
You'll only lose 1 if you fail it. And you lose 0 if you pass.
Cool.
Yeah, so you lose 0. It's a little disturbing that there's a skeleton right out here. In fact, you think I walked right past that when I went out to the outhouse.
Yeah.
But it's also, this is a scholarly expedition, and so this could be a great opportunity for you to broaden some of your learnings. And Gerald, have you ever seen a body like this? Even though it's just bones, there's no blood, it's just bones. Is this the first time you've seen a human remains?
No, and I was going to say, I think Gerald's probably feeling quite squeamish about it. Yeah, he's definitely new to this.
Yeah, that's going to be a sanity roll for Gerald as well.
Yes.
You will lose 1 point of sanity. Your sanity is really low. Holy cow.
That it is.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing, and you find that your stomach, you haven't had breakfast yet. You find that you're put off of food for a while. That's really troubling. And then you start to get thoughts of, the water in this place is from a well, and when it rains, that water seeps down through those bones down into that groundwater, and you've been drinking it, and you're just a little bit overwhelmed with the thoughts of that. Never mind the fact that you've probably been drinking bones and remains of animals your whole life, just unaware of it, but the fact that now you can see it there is a little bit troubling. Does Arthur or Gerald go outside to see those remains?
I think Gerald would, definitely.
And Arthur, would you?
I'm staying inside.
So, Gerald, when you go outside, you can see that they have begun to lay the bones out on the grass near the flowers. It's almost like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. The skeleton, it's not like you go to the local Halloween store and pick up a plastic skeleton, it's disarticulated. So, the legs are kind of close to each other, but you'd have to sort of put the pieces together. The ribs have all collapsed in on themselves, and so you sort of lay them out, and it takes some time. And it's kind of fascinating to watch this. But then you see the skull, as the skull is laid out, and those empty, hollow eye sockets. And you know that once they held eyes that gazed upon beauty, that brain was once filled with thoughts and imaginations, and this could very well be you that someone is digging up. But it's still an incredible experience to see this. Arthur, you're not alone. Jason Trent is there with you. And he says, Arthur, have you been reading my book?
I did a little bit of reading last night, yes.
What do you think of this? And he's pointing out at the bones. Do you think it's true what they said?
Well, what did they say?
Well, that the person who used to live here is now a spirit that haunts and kills children.
Well, I don't believe in such things. I don't believe in spirits, and I certainly don't believe that something like that could kill a living person.
Oh, Arthur, you need to keep reading that book. Let me assure you that those spirits are very real. And they can kill just as easily as a bullet, or as easily as a disease. Oh, you might not see the clammy hands of death as they reach for you, but they will, one day. Or, like me, will you protect yourself?
Well, I think I'm gonna step outside for just a moment, see if everything is going alright.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you get me one of those bones?
Why?
Just, scientific curiosity.
Well, what would you do with it?
I just want to look at it, maybe hold it, see what I can find.
Well, what could you possibly find with a bone?
Have you ever heard of psychometry? And you can make an occult roll to see if you've heard of psychometry.
Okay. I have.
Yeah, so psychometry, with an extreme success, that is where you touch a belonging, something that has spent time with another person, and you get impressions on it. Like you might find a ring, and you might hold the ring, and you might get impressions of this was once on the hand of a gentleman, and this person, he frequently held money. He was a wealthy gentleman, and this person, I get a whiff of tobacco. He smoked, and so you would use an object. You would get almost like psychic impressions, and maybe he thinks he can determine who it is.
Well, if that's all you're going to do with it, I suppose I could try to help you out.
Yeah, I know a lot about you, Arthur.
Oh, well, we just met.
Yeah, but Rufus has told me a lot about you.
Oh. Okay.
Now, Arthur, I'm not going to reveal to everyone else, but Rufus is on your backstory, right?
Yes.
Have you ever mentioned Rufus to Jason Trent?
I have not.
Where would he even know that name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did he ever get anything of yours?
Oh, he got my sweat when I shook his hand.
Yep.
Ugh.
Why don't you go get me one of those bones?
Okay, Jason.
So, Arthur, as you go to step outside, you go past Professor Jebediah. He's just finished his phone call, And he probably looks over at you, and you're as pale as a sheet.
Yeah.
Is this a would you kindly situation? What does the professor say to Arthur?
Oh, Arthur, what seems to be the matter, lad? You seem, pale.
Oh, nothing, Professor. Just this whole thing with these remains.
May I make a psychology roll? Does Arthur seem to be troubled by these remains, or does it seem to be something else?
Yeah, please do. There's definitely something else. Arthur, you've probably known... Well, did you know Arthur before this expedition?
Yes. He does lots of... where we've done lots of collaborative work together.
So you know Arthur's kind of peculiar, and you know that he's generally pretty easygoing, especially around people that he knows, and he knows you quite well. But it's maybe hard for him to make friends, take some time, and he kind of hasn't really seemed to fit in a lot over the first 3 days of this expedition. But you've seen him hanging around with Jason Trent. What would with a success there, how would you tell me what your findings would be based on what you know of Arthur and of the situation?
Well, Arthur, is that Trent kid, is he bothering you?
Well, Professor, lately he has been acting really strange, and we were just talking inside the house, and he knows things about me that I never told him.
Well, I can speak with him, tell him to leave you alone on this expedition. There's no need for any of us to feel uncomfortable. Yes, I will see to the matter, Arthur, and don't worry. In fact, Arthur, would you and Gerald go and see if you can get those other two to stop touching the remains? The sheriff asked that we leave it be. I have to make sure that it is kept as intact as possible.
Oh, sure, Professor.
So Arthur and Gerald, you're both outside now. Professor, you're still in the house. It's just you and Jason Trent in the house. Do you speak to him now?
Yes, I would just simply, not a long drawn-out conversation. I just simply ask him that if he's causing any trouble for Arthur, that I'd ask that he stop doing so, as there's no reason for him to do so.
Says, give me a persuade roll. Oh, nice. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Professor. I didn't mean. I didn't mean to bother him. I thought we were friends. I even let him borrow one of my books. But I'll keep my distance. Thank you for letting me know. I wish he could have spoken to me. Oh, Professor, I think you dropped this." And he holds out his hand, and he's holding a Zippo lighter. And do you recognize this lighter, Jebediah?
Yes, it's the lighter I frequently carry to light my cigarettes.
Do you ever let this out of your sight?
Well, usually keep it in my coat pocket, so I suppose it could have fallen out when I put that up on the coat rack.
And this is your treasured possession on your character sheet. So again, I'm pillaging information from your sheet to make this more exciting. But yeah, he hands you back this item. You probably think nothing of it. Maybe you did drop it. If Arthur were there, he might think, "Oh, why does he have something of the professor's?" But you're not there,
Yes,
Arthur.
Thank you, Mr. Trent. It's very good of you. I hope this rest of this expedition will go a little better, but yes, it's very good of you.
Yes, I'll go and finish up making the coffee. I'm really good at it. I think you'll like it. And he goes into the kitchen, and
yes.
you can hear him tinkering around with the kettle. Now outside, we've got Julian, Marian, Arthur and Gerald. So Arthur and Gerald, you get outside and you see that Julian and Marian, they're on their hands and knees and they're laying out this body. Gerald, you're standing there a little pale looking at this, and Arthur, as you come out, you see the body and the bones. Do you take one of those bones for Jason?
Well, I think I would. I think I would try. Jason is one of the only friends that I've had, and
That's
I feel
sad.
like, yeah, well,
Because he's a horrible person.
I feel like that would blind me a little bit from his oddness.
Now, do you just go up and say, hey, I need to borrow one of these bones? Are you going to try and be sneaky about it? Are you taking a big bone or like a little bone?
I would try to take a little bone, and I would probably do it stealthily.
Okay, so let me give you a roll. This will be sleight of hand.
Can we perform like a spot hidden just to see what he's doing?
Yeah, but
while we
add a penalty die to it because you are busy excavating these remains.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh, geez, do you want to push that, Arthur?
Yeah.
If you fail this push, they definitely will notice.
Oh, man. Okay. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yikes.
So the two of you don't even need to roll. You see Arthur come over, and he probably like blocks your light. He probably stands like between you and the sun, and so you're now in the shade. And it's almost like an eclipse. You see this big dark, shadow on the ground. It's just Arthur's, his roundness, as he's standing there looking, and you can see him staring intently down at these bones. Near his foot is the right hand of this person, and he's looking at the little tiny phalangeal bones, the little finger bones of that hand. And Arthur, you stoop down to touch the bone, and Marian, you see this. Do you say anything to him?
I think she's just like, oh, hey Arthur, what are you doing?
Oh, Marian, nothing. I was just curious about these remains. I wasn't
taking one to go give to that awful kid.
I was just inspecting it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think we're not really supposed to be touching them, so maybe I wouldn't touch them, even though we've been touching them. But you can certainly look.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Marian, give me a fast talk roll.
Okay. Ooh. Let's see.
Because you're kind of telling him don't touch him, even though you've been touching him. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, shit.
You got it. So, Arthur, you've now been scolded by someone for doing something that you probably know was not appropriate or not okay. What do you do? More importantly, do you keep trying to get a bone?
No, I think I would just walk away from the remains.
Give me a listen roll, Arthur.
Okay.
You hear a hissing sound. It's coming from the house. You turn and look, and you see Jason frowning, glaring at you through that kitchen window.
Hissing at me? Okay.
I'm gonna. Can I talk to Arthur? I'm like, hey, I see you got like some dark circles around your eyes.
Yeah.
Ever since I helped you find that book. You being like reading really intently at night about it. What's going on? Like talking to him, see if he's okay.
Well, I was reading that book that Jason lent to me, and I found some weird things. He has like spells in these books.
You're reading Creepy Jason's book?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called The Witch Cult in Western Europe.
Can I do like a check on that book? Like, can I recall the history that I've been reading in the library?
Give me a
and see if I knew
roll.
anything.
Yeah. You've heard of that book. It's a pretty mainstream book. It's been well published. It wouldn't be in the restricted section of the Miskatonic Library. It would be on the general reference sections. You've maybe flipped through it, but you've at least heard of it, and you've heard of the author. That she's actually pretty well known in that field, writing about the history of witchcraft and the witch trials in New England. You've never heard that there's spells or things like that. Arthur, you didn't mention that the spell was handwritten in that book. So, and you may have forgotten, but the spell was handwritten, probably by Jason Trent. So
Julian's gonna tell that to Arthur. Yeah. They'll be like, "Hey, I'd never heard about that. I've seen that book before. I've never seen any spells in that book. Are you sure?" Like, confused.
I must have misinterpreted it or something.
And give me a psychology roll, Julian.
Okay.
You look at Arthur, and he's acting kind of off today, but honestly, he's been off since you've known him. If you want to push that, you can ask a follow-up question to see if you think he's telling the truth.
Ooh.
I'm not getting that follow-up.
Yeah, so you're like, maybe I'm not. I got too much on my hands here. And plus, the sheriff is on his way. If you're going to do any digging here, it needs to be done before the sheriff gets here, because once he's here, this is likely a crime scene, and anything that you might be able to learn will be pushed aside once the sheriff arrives.
Just keep digging. See if I can find a box or something.
Perfect.
Valuables, I don't know.
Gerald, what are you doing?
Kind of just watching this all in like awe, because this is far from anything he's done or seen. Trying to take a bone, and there are bones, and
now, Gerald, you notice. Actually, you don't notice just yet. Give me a listen roll to see if you notice.
No, not quite.
Not quite. Do you want to push that?
Yeah, I suppose. Oh.
Missed it by 1, but now you can't spend luck. So, but you do hear something. It just may not be. You may not think it to be what it really is, but you hear a buzzing sound. It's almost like if you've ever heard like cicada or grasshopper or certain types of crickets. There's kind of a buzzing, like an insect flying sort of sound. You hear a buzzing sound, and it's coming from those woods, the sugar maple woods that are not far at all from where you are. And as you're looking out at those woods, you recall in your dream that you had a night or two ago that the woods featured prominently in there. In fact, I'm going to just take us really quick to the map of the farmhouse. And so the flower bed is here at K, and you look out into those woods, and kind of near where it says there's a fuel bunker, you hear that buzzing sound. What do you do? Do you think anything of it, or does it make you or remind you of anything?
I think more he would mistake it for some kind of like insect menace. I guess that is really close to the farmhouse itself. Yeah, I don't think he's really that concerned about it. He didn't listen to it too hard.
Now, some of you have heard a buzzing sound before, and I think that if I recall, it was... Well, anyone that's had the dream, I think, has had some sort of buzzing sound. But you're the only one that seems to notice it. And Jebediah, give me a spot hidden roll. You come out of that... Oh, just barely got it. Right on the money. You come out of the house having talked to Jason, and you see the group out here at the flower bed, and you look and notice that Arthur is kind of standing sort of nervously near the body, looking down at it. Marian and Julian are hastily excavating what they can, and Gerald is turned and looking into those sugar maple woods. What do you do, Jebediah?
Well, I think I'll go see what Gerald's up to. Arthur seems about normal.
As normal as Arthur can be.
Yes. Marian, Julian, try and finish up whatever you're doing, and try not to touch it too much. The sheriff did ask that we leave it as intact as possible, and then I will continue on to Gerald and say, Gerald, what do you make of this? I hope this isn't too disturbing, but rest assured, this should all be over soon.
Yes, Professor. Thank you. This whole town has been rather disturbing, but as you say, it should be over soon. I'm more concerned with this weird buzzing. I hope there's not an insect to menace us, as well as the other problems that plague us.
Give me a listen roll, Jebediah. You don't hear much of anything. Now, you do probably have a little bit of tinnitus, a little ringing in your ear, perhaps from the war. You know that loud sounds tend to really aggravate that. In fact, the thunder of yesterday seemed to really give you issue. But you listen, you don't hear that. If you want to push that, you might take a few steps closer to the woods and really see if you can focus on that.
Sure.
Oh, I missed it by 3. You can almost imagine hearing something. It's almost like you've heard. In fact, when you were just on the telephone, sometimes when people speak into the phone, there's a kind of a tinny sort of sound, and it's not buzzing. It's almost like Morse code that you would have heard in the Great War. It starts and stops and pauses, and there's kind of long, almost phrases where the pitch rises up and down slightly. It's almost like someone's speaking into like a really crude wired telephone, but you can't make heads or tails of what's being said. It just sounds like noise, but it's faint, but you can hear it, and it seems to be coming from the woods.
Well, yes, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Perhaps, Arthur, you could come over here. A younger pair of ears might hear this better. I can't quite make it out.
Oh, sure, Professor.
You take one last look down at that body, and then up into the window of the house, and you see Jason looking intently at you, and he's kind of pointing at the body, like, right there. Do you make any last efforts to take a bone?
Maybe before I start walking over to the professor, I'll just quickly swoop down and try to take a little bone.
Okay, that's going to be another sleight of hand roll.
Okay.
You need a hard success to avoid anyone noticing you, because you've already attracted some attention.
Okay. I'll push it.
You need to beat a 14 to get that hard success.
Okay. Nope.
Okay. As you lean down to grab one of those bones, your glasses slide off of your face and land next to the skeleton. You're like, ooh. And then you pick up your glasses and you look, and Julian and Marian are looking at you, and Marian's probably shaking her head like, no, Arthur, no.
Oh, sorry, guys. My glasses slipped.
This time, Julian's going to be very curious. Like, why are you keep on trying to take the bone, Arthur? What's going on?
Oh no, my glasses just slipped.
You
Can
don't
I-
even
can
need to
I,
make a psychology roll. You can tell it was a fumbled attempt at trying to grab one of the bones.
Yeah, I'm just like, you can tell us the truth, Arthur. I mean, I've been helping you out, finding the book for you and stuff. You can trust us.
I guess you're right. It's just inside. Jason told me he could find find the identity of this person if he had one of the bones. I just thought it might be helpful.
I just turned to look at Marian. I'm like, what's going on, Marian?
Marian, give me an occult roll to see if you've ever heard of this.
Marion is just like, we don't need creepy Jason. It's like it's the farmer's wife. Oh boy.
Yeah, you've
I'm good at occult, so I'll help her. I'll
Yeah,
be like,
go for yeah, Marian, you have that just sounds silly that someone would
Yeah. She's
take
not
a
an
bone. I
occult.
mean,
Nope.
what is the science in that?
got it.
But Julian, you've heard of psychometry. You know that, personal possessions or belongings are powerful. At least what you've read about. The anecdotal evidence of this. You also know that sometimes people keep trophies of, if they had taken someone's life, they might want a trophy.
I'm gonna talk to Arthur. I'll be telling them all the stuff about how people like to take trophies and that book shouldn't have spells, and this Jason is very, very peculiar. He shouldn't get too attached to Jason. He seems to be a little bit strange.
I understand. It's just, Jason's, one of the only people that wants to be my friend. I guess I shouldn't help him do weird things, though.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, if he's really your friend, he'll be here, like, talking about, like, doing the bone thing himself, not you. Maybe you shouldn't trust him too much, Arthur.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
And I'll be like, don't worry, we got your back. If you have any other problems, like, just talk to us. And
Thanks,
I look
guys.
gesture towards Marian, and I'm like, yeah.
Gives a thumbs up. And it's like, if you talk to more people and not just Jason, maybe you'd make more friends.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Give me a persuade roll for that, Marian. That was lovely.
She's like, stop talking to him. We should all stop talking to Jason. Aww.
Arthur's probably like, at first he's maybe a little put off, like, are you being sarcastic? But if you want to push that, maybe you give him a little smile and just let him know, hey, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But if you fail this, Arthur might think that you are...
Oh, man.
Oh no.
So, Arthur,
Well,
it seems almost like Marian just maybe wants to get you away from these bones, like quit disturbing their dig, and she's just being polite.
Julian's gonna try himself as well. He's gonna try and put him out. Like, hey, Arthur, I can be your friend. Okay, don't worry. We can be friends here.
Okay.
You're
Give
gonna
me a
try.
roll for that.
I'm gonna try and persuade Arthur to not be a freaking Jason. It looks like it's not. Oh no.
So you can push it, but then Arthur's going to know that you two are you're handling him. You're just like, Arthur, go away.
Come on. Yes.
Oh, you got it.
Yes. Oh no! Oh, my
I thought you
persuasion's
had
10.
20. I thought you had 20. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, me too. I thought I had 20.
So, Arthur, it sounds like they're just
Sorry, Arthur.
telling you,
man.
like, they said, stop talking to that Jason, but now it sounds like they said, quit bothering us, is kind of what you hear. And you look down, kind of ashamed. You've been caught trying to steal bones twice now in the space of a few minutes. And you look up at that window and you can see Jason, and he's looking right at you, and he takes off his glasses and he's glaring. And you see him wiping his glasses with a little rag. Then he puts them back on his face and turns and walks away from the window.
Okay.
Do you head over to Jebediah and Gerald?
Yes.
Now, they wanted you to try and listen for something. So they tell you, Arthur, do you hear something? Give me a listen roll, Arthur. Oh, that was close. Now, you could spend luck, or you can push that. That 60's pretty... I think if you push it, you probably get it, but it's up to you.
I'll push it. Nice.
There we go. Yeah, you listen, and first all you hear is like your own heavy breathing, and then you quiet down, and you can feel your heartbeat as well. You continue to listen, and then you hear it. It's a droning sound. It sounds like insects for sure. This buzzing, strange sort of sound, and you recall your dream from last night. Last night you dreamt that you were on a cold floor, that it was dark, but it was some sort of root cellar, and that as you tried to leave, you heard some sounds. It sounded like a growl and then strange words, and you tried to run up the stairs, but you couldn't, and then the roots began to reach out and grab and clutch at you, and you see all these trees and the gnarled roots along the ground. As you hear that buzzing sound, it almost plays a trick on your mind, as though you see the vibrations in those trees, and you think for a moment that maybe it's the trees making that sound, but that would be silly. Give me a natural world roll.
Oh, wow.
Okay. That's not so good. That is a critical fumble. There's no pushing that. No coming back from that. Give me a sanity roll.
Okay.
Okay. You've seen some stuff. You've seen a dead body this morning. You nearly got talked into stealing a piece of that body. You read that book last night. You had that dream. You hear this sound. Your whole notion of what's real and what isn't real is beginning to blend into one another. And you're going to lose some sanity. Let me roll here. Two points of sanity, please, Arthur. As a chill begins to spread across your shoulders as you hear this sound, and it seems to almost be calling your name.
Well, Arthur, can you hear it? I wasn't able to make it out, but Gerald here says that there's some sort of buzzing coming from the forest.
I hear it. It sounds like it's calling me.
Well, what do you mean? You mean you hear someone calling your name? I don't think I quite understand, Arthur.
Yes, it sounds like the trees. They're calling me.
Give me a psychology roll, Professor. And Gerald, you can do that as well.
Ew.
Do you want to push that, Gerald?
No.
So Jebediah, it's you sense some panic and disorder in Arthur. You've seen this when you fought in the Great War. During an artillery barrage, someone's nerves would become frayed to the point where they would be on the brink of panic. And you see that right now in Arthur's eyes, as though he's shaken. And you know that this is it's a tipping point for someone, that if they're pushed just enough, they will break. But they can be brought back from this.
Well, Arthur, how about this? I'll see that Trent kid is there to greet the sheriff when he comes, and we can go and we'll head out to that fuel bunker. Perhaps then you'll see that there's nothing there, and you can settle down. You'll realize that it's likely just the wind.
Okay, Professor.
Right? Arthur will be an elder god by the end of the campaign. Gerald, it sounds like the professor and Arthur are going to head out to that fuel bunker. Are you going to go with them?
Yeah, there's nothing else to do, and they're good company.
So the three of you begin to head into the woods. Now, Julian and Marian, you can hear a vehicle coming up the road. And as you look out towards the road, you can see it's the Sheriff Spencer's car. And he pulls in, gets out of his car, takes his hat off the seat next to him, puts it on his head, adjusts his hat a moment, pats his service revolver on his hip. You see him take a drink out of a small flask. You don't know if it's alcohol, if it's medicine, what it is. A small...
Can I try and smell it? I was like, do I smell alcohol?
Yeah, as he gets closer, I'll give you a chance to check that.
Oh, okay.
But then he begins to walk towards the house, and you can hear him pounding on the front door. And then you hear the door open, and Jason Trent say, "Oh, Sheriff, we've been waiting for you."
Oh boy.
The others...
I'm going to gesture to Marian to like get away from the bodies now that we know he's coming. We're going to deny everything, okay, Marian? We're going to deny everything, that we touch this at all.
Yes.
You hear Jason say, "The others, they've been moving a body out back."
Ugh.
And the sheriff says, "Show me." And you can hear them coming around the house. What did the two of you do?
I'm going to say to Marian, maybe we should just like join the other three in the woods and not worry about him for now. In case he gets us to go to jail or something.
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to make a run to the woods.
Make a run for the woods? Okay.
Not suspicious.
To do it completely quietly, you can make a stealth roll.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's a chance you make some sound.
Yep. Let's succeed at that.
Nice.
Oh boy. Okay. Nope.
Do you want to push that?
Sure. Come on, dice.
Oh, close.
Oh, a little better, but no.
So the two of you get to the woods, but Marian, as you turn and look back to see if you're being followed, you can see that you stepped in a pretty good patch of soft dirt, and it's likely you've left some good footprints through there.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, you know
at least he knows.
If he does a search, he's probably going to see those footprints, and he may know where you've gone. But in the woods, there will be cover that he likely won't see you in there, and maybe you can bluff your way out of it. But either way, he comes around the side of the house, and as you peer out through the trees, you see him look down at the bones, and he takes his hat off of his head and holds it in front of his chest. And he whispers something to Jason, and Jason heads into the house. And the sheriff kneels down by that partially assembled skeleton you've got on the ground. And you see him reach out his hand, and he touches the forehead of the skull. And then he raises his head and begins to look all around, looking for you. Before he gets up, brushes off his knees, and then walks into the house. Now the two of you can
Guess he has
see the
some
professor.
kind of relationship.
Yeah, definitely. This was not just like, oh, there's a body, but he seemed to take almost some matter of care or affection towards those remains. This definitely seemed to be something personal to him. Now you can see the professor and Arthur and Gerald a little bit deeper in the woods near that fuel bunker. Do you want to head over there?
Yeah, we'll join them.
Yeah.
But I'll keep my stealth. I'll just slowly walk, like observe them, maybe give them some cover, should they need it.
Nice.
Marian's just like, hail and well met, fellow travelers.
Now, Arthur, with everyone here, it helps to soothe you a little bit, and you begin to calm down. You realize these trees, they're just trees, and the buzzing sound has stopped. You don't hear it anymore. The trees are thick with shadows. There's dead leaves that lie underfoot, dry where the sun has reached them, but wet and mulchy where patches of shadow cover them. And as you walk towards the fuel bunker, you see that it is basically a small dugout area that's been then there's been timbers raised, and then more dirt has been laid on top of it as insulation. But there is an opening. There's a small door there. In fact, you can see the door is kind of that semicircle on the map, and there would be steps that would lead down past that door, as you would store the fuel down below, where the heat of the earth would help to regulate the temperatures there, and plus this would keep the rain and snow and other elements off of it. Jebediah, you seem to want to come out and investigate this. What are you specifically looking for?
Well, I more wanted to show Arthur that since he seemed to be getting all flustered and worried, that there was nothing to worry out here, although I was a bit curious, having dreamt of this the previous night, that perhaps I might come out here and take a look anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to take us back to the main page here, and I'm going to move some people around just so we have our group in the middle here. So let me move Robert Blaine off of here. Everyone else is still back at the house. Let's move you guys here just so I can keep track of moving parts here. Now, Professor, you can smell the fuel as you get close. It smells like gasoline, kerosene, different petroleum products all kind of blended together. There's a worn path that leads to that door, but it's covered with dry leaves. No one has been out here for quite some time. There is the door. Do you want to look into the fuel bunker?
Sure, I will look in, just to peer in out of curiosity.
The door is not locked. It looks like it could have been locked. There's a small latch you could put a padlock through, but there's no lock on it. And as you open it, it's pitch black inside. None of you likely have a flashlight on your person. You wouldn't have thought you would need one, just you were in the house. But you do have your lighter, Professor, if you want to have some light, if you want to go in there.
Well, given the nature of what I've been smelling, might not be the best idea to have an open flame.
Darn it.
Down here. So, no, I don't think I will.
But the smell is quite strong from here. You know that there's an ample supply of combustible fuel in this bunker.
Well, that's likely what it is. Do I hear any buzzing sound, as Arthur described it now, coming perhaps from the bunker?
Yeah, give me a listen roll. You can push that. You don't hear any sort of buzzing sound again. Your hearing's not the best. But if you take a few steps in, maybe you might hear a little better.
Yeah, I will step into the bunker.
Oh, missed it by 4. You take a few steps in, and the stairs have been carved in the earth, and then a flat piece of board laid on top. And the board, it's partially rotted. It crunches underfoot, and you can feel some of the internal structure of that wood give away, as though it has been undermined by various bugs throughout the years and cycles of weathering. But you step in, and the fumes are getting quite strong as you come in. In fact, give me a Constitution roll as you take a few steps in. Yeah, you're almost overwhelmed, and you quickly cover your nose. You know you can't get much further in without likely passing out or retching from the smell. Likely one of these fuel canisters has a leak, has either rotted through or been punctured, but it's very strong in here. You can give me that push, or sorry, you've already pushed your listen roll. You're going to need to step out, otherwise you're going to lose some hit points.
Yes, I will step out and say, see, Arthur, there's nothing to be worried about. I still don't hear that buzzing noise. It was likely simply your imagination, or perhaps a trick of the wind.
Gerald, give me a spot hidden roll. You see a flash of movement a little bit deeper into the woods, and you're not sure what it was, but if you want to push it, you take a step to the side and can look a little more closely.
Yeah, I think he'd be easily distracted like that. Oh, consistent.
Yep. Yeah, you stepped to the side. Something was moving. You're not sure what it was, but you have a concern that it might have been a cat. Now, how does Gerald feel about cats?
Yeah, he doesn't like to talk about it, but he is not fond of cats. It's something primal in him. It really gets him on edge. There's something not right about them. They know too much.
Give me a listen roll. You hear a vibrating sound. It's not a buzzing this time. It's almost like a cat purring. Just a repetitive staccato. You can hear it coming from the woods. It sounds like maybe a great cat, a large cat.
Yeah, I think he loses any and all composure immediately. I think he books it for that bunker.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden roll. Or sorry, a sanity roll, not spot hidden.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh.
Nice. You keep your wits about you. As you sprint towards the bunker, you probably arrive at that door around the same time that Jebediah is coming out covering his mouth. And Jebediah, you see that now another of your students is struggling. First, Arthur seemed to be on the breaking point, but now you see Gerald with a look in his eyes, though he has seen or experienced something disturbing.
Well, Gerald, what seems to be the matter? What has you on edge?
Excuse me, Professor. I think what we heard, I think it was a big cat. Are there mountain lions in this area? Is there anything like that?
Well, what I know are there mountain lions.
Yeah, give me a natural world roll. Well, you don't know if there's mountain lions. There's certainly animal life in the woods, but a mountain lion seems a little far-fetched, this close to people. You can push that if you want to maybe take a stab and see if you can come up with something that might settle him down. No, in fact, you're almost dismissive, like mountain lions. Psh, probably just a little feral kitty cat or something, you would think.
Well, Gerald, it could have been any number of things. Perhaps a bobcat or something. But I wouldn't worry. It likely won't bother us.
Well, I don't trust him. I'm not. I don't know.
Gerald, give me another roll. This is going to be a general survival roll. You can push that if you want. You know basically that cats can climb. If you were to, climb on top of this bunker, if it's a big cat, it could probably get at you. You don't know, where you might be able to go. Ooh, not quite. But you definitely saw something, you think, but you heard that sound. Now, no one else hears this. And so you maybe hear Gerald talking about hearing or seeing something strange, but no one else can hear any sort of sound. And then you hear a definite sound. It's the sheriff. And he's calling out, "Professor! Students! Where are you? We need to have a discussion."
Can Julian did Julian see the cat or anything, or heard any noises from the bush?
You didn't hear any noises. You didn't see anything, but you can see a path that leads here from the fuel dump deeper into the woods. It looks like some sort of maybe a game trail, where a lot of the grasses are pushed down, and in fact, there might be some tracks there. Give me a spot hidden to see if you can determine if they are indeed tracks. Yeah, it looks like tracks, and they seem to lead. Like you can see them now all around your feet. It's almost like little, like if you go somewhere where there's a bunch of birds and they might be on mud or something. You see the little bird feet prints everywhere. There's a ton of those here. They're not quite like birds. They're a little more maybe like a large squirrel or something. But you see a lot of them around here, and then a whole bunch that seem to go in and out of this trail that leads just a little bit deeper into the woods.
I'm gonna tell Marian I'm gonna try and follow this trail and see what's up over there.
Perfect. Who wants to go with Julian?
Marian will go.
Okay. Arthur, are you going?
Yeah, I'll go with them.
And Professor, are you gonna go and maybe convince Gerald to go with, or do you want to send him back to face the law now that the body's been disturbed? There may be more questions.
Well, I think that we can talk with the sheriff when we return. This seems rather interesting, and I'm curious to see. So I will see if Gerald would like to join us, and I will follow suit.
Well, it, it may be best to try and appease the sheriff, but I'm, I'm, I'm happy to follow orders.
Yeah, give me a psychology roll, Gerald.
Ooh, not quite.
Yeah, the urge to do what your superiors are asking is far too hard to resist. You can push that, but you've got a professor here, and you know that your grade depends on how well Jebediah reports that you did, and if to go against that, why, you could jeopardize your grade, and you know that your benefactor would not approve of that. However, you're welcome to push that psychology roll if you like.
I don't think I'll push it because that makes sense. I think he would misinterpret what the professor's saying as a bit of like you better listen to me. I'm in control of your grade, which obviously I don't think that's what Jebediah was saying.
Right, but I think with your failed psychology roll, I think that's how you would interpret it. Like,
Right.
this is where we're going, and you need to follow. And we'll talk to the sheriff later, but I'm telling you this is what's best for you, and you just, you need to go along with it. And so you do. And the five of you head a little bit deeper into the sugar maple forest. And that's where we'll take our first break. So let's go ahead and take an 8-minute break. When we get back, we'll see what you find.
times I roll 20. The dragon goes down, the DM plenty. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern, where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a naval caper. While in real life, my fate isn't spoken. Hero roll of the dice and my fate isn't spoken. The king honored me with a mighty crossbow. It's blessed by the elves, he said. I thank him and I go. The life of a hero, struggling to stay alive. It's worth all the hardship though, 'cause now I'm a level 5. Level 5.
All right, I am back. Let me know when everyone's here and we'll push on.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
I'm back. Yep.
Excellent.
I am here.
And Henrik, are you here? Is Henrik? Nope. I see you're unmuted. Are you with us, Henrik? Can you hear me? I cannot hear you if you're speaking, Henrik. I saw you unmuted, but I don't hear anything. If you can hear me, Henrik, let me know if you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there I can hear you. Okay, perfect. Let's jump back in. All right. Let me grab my notes. Let's get some music going here too. Not that one. There we go. The forest seems to close in around you the deeper you go. The sugar maples loom high, their branches knitting together overhead, blotting out much of the sky. The air smells of damp wood and wet decay, and your boots sink with a sucking sound where the leaves have rotted into mulch. Now and then something sharp crunches underfoot, too brittle for sticks, too light for stones. Bones, perhaps, though you cannot be sure. A sound drifts through the trees, thin, piercing squeaks like the laughter of bats, or perhaps children, carried on no wind that you can feel. The noises rise and fall, sometimes close, sometimes far, but never in any one direction for long. You catch only a flicker of movement in your peripheral vision, shadows darting from branch to branch above. Every time you look up, there is nothing there, yet the feeling grows heavy in your chest. You are being watched, not by one thing, but by many, and whatever they are clever enough to stay unseen. Gerald, please give me a spot hidden roll. Do you want to push that?
No, I think he's probably trying to be pretty cautious. He's pretty spooky.
Perfect. You can feel shadows pressing in around you as you walk through these woods. Jebediah goes in the lead and is showing you that there's nothing to fear, but all around you lurks danger, just out of sight, unseen but felt. Marian. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna try and check out to see if there's any like those weird moose paws things going on the tracks. Yeah.
Give me a spot hidden roll, and Marian, give me one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Damn. What a day.
So, Julian, you don't see any of those huge moose tracks, just those little animal tracks. Looks like squirrels or birds or something. But Marian, from the tangle of branches directly above you, something slips downward. At first it looks like a rat, but stretched thin, its limbs far too long, and its paws bending at crooked angles. It clings to the bark with a dry, scratching sound, pale eyes reflecting like beads of glass in the dim light. Then its head turns towards you. And I have a picture here. Let me grab it.
Oh. My.
Where a nose should be, a bloom of fleshy tendrils unfurl, star-shaped and twitching, tasting the air as if sniffing without breath. The whole thing shudders once, emitting a high piping squeak that's answered in kind by a chorus all around you. Its stare lingers. There is no animal panic in it, no instinctive fear. Instead, it is appraising, testing. You have the unmistakable sensation that it is deciding what you are. And I'm going to have everyone make that let's see, that should be for everyone, not just for Jebediah. Everyone make a sanity check. So Jebediah and Gerald. Now, Jebediah, did that take sanity off you automatically when you clicked on that?
Well, I succeeded.
Oh, you did. Oh, never mind. So just Gerald. Gerald, you will lose 3 points of sanity. Now, all of you... actually, I think, Marian, I think you already have it. Let me check your skills. I think you had already got... Yep, you've already been given this one. But I'm going to put it on everyone else's. So, Gerald, you... your Cthulhu Mythos skill will go up by 5 points. I'm going to raise it up for you. This is your first encounter with something otherworldly. Let me just mark that there. Which this means that you... your permanent sanity, your maximum sanity, the permanent score has now also been reduced by 5. And I think I have already given this to Julian as well. Yes, for finding that strange lobstery creature. Let me give this to Arthur. Here. Sorry guys, almost done. And for Jebediah. Okay. So you've come face to face with these creatures, and there seems to be dozens of them. And let me have Gerald give me a luck roll. Yeah, the good news is these things have decided not to try new meat. So they don't attack right away. But you look around and see there must be 40 or 50 of these things in the trees, under the cover of the leaf litter on the ground, and peering out from behind the trunks of these sugar maple trees. They continue to observe from a close distance, 10 or 15 feet away. They're not making any sudden movements. But Gerald, I'm going to let you take an action first, because these are not cats, but they are small, furry mammals, and they don't look friendly. What does Gerald do?
Yeah, they don't look cute either. Gerald is, not completely irrational, and he thinks fleeing is a bad idea, but he's definitely backing away slowly, trying to appear calm.
And Jebediah, what about you?
Yes, I'm not sure what to make of these, but I don't think we should be here, and I think it'd be best if we left.
Arthur?
I also don't want to be here, so I'll start backing away as well.
Marian?
Yeah, she will follow the group.
And Julian?
Julian's gonna feel a little brave. He's gonna try and take one out.
How are you going to take it out?
I'm gonna pull my knife out and just go and just stab at one.
Let me drop one of these onto the screen here. And I'm just going to drop the two of you just so it will track initiative. Let me see who's got the higher dex. It has a higher dex, but it's not acting right away. So you can go ahead, Julian, if you want to approach one and stab at it with your knife.
Yep, I'll do that. Do I roll? What do I roll?
So on your character sheet, you can go to the combat, the blue ribbon, and then just click on like your small knife. And you may have to target the. Oh, you didn't have to target the Zook. So then just click your fighting brawl, and then it's going to fight back.
Do I press T? I think it was.
Okay. Yeah, hover over it and press T. There you go. And now click on the knife again. If don't do the one in the text. In fact, I'm going to delete.
Okay.
There we go. So now you can click on in the text bar. Click on that fighting brawl 25%. Then that will give me the chance for it to either dodge or fight
25.
back, and it's going to fight back. So you got a regular success. It's going to fight back. So if it gets a hard success or higher, it will win the combat. If not, you will win. And you got it. So now you can click on where it says roll damage. And then click on that other box. Nice. So then I can inflict pain on it. Excellent. It drops. It's not dead, but it drops and hits the ground and falls out of the tree and lies twitching on the ground. I'm going to give it a constitution check.
Come on, let's go.
It's unconscious. So you managed to take one out of the tree.
I'll keep stabbing the one that's unconscious. Make sure it's dead.
Nice. As you continue to stab, everyone else in the clearing... In fact, let me just end this encounter for me. Everyone else in the clearing, you hear something. Let me pull up my thing here. The forest erupts in sudden chaos. The strange piping squeaks that had haunted you from the canopy cut off at once. The rat things, whatever they were, scatter in a frenzy, vanishing into the upper boughs, their pale eyes extinguished like snuff lanterns. The silence that follows is not peaceful, but suffocating, as though the entire wood itself is holding its breath. Then comes a sound. A wet, dragging shuffle across the leaf mold, punctuated by the faint squelch of suction. Something massive moves through the shadows, bending branches and pushing aside trees with a strength that feels deliberate, not blind. It emerges only half from the dark, and still the sight curdles your stomach. A vast pallid shape, toad-like in its bulk, though wrong in every proportion. Its skin is slick and grayish-white, pulsating faintly as though things writhed just beneath the surface. From the end of its blunt snout dangle fleshy pink tendrils that writhe and tremble, questing through the air like fingers, tasting for prey. It has no eyes. Let me send a picture. It has no eyes, yet you feel its gaze fall upon you. The weight of it presses into your chest. An alien attention that carries no empathy, no hesitation, only calculation. The creature exhales in a wet, bubbling croak, and the sound vibrates the very marrow of your bones. Somehow you understand why the small horrors fled. This thing must be their master, or perhaps their terror. I need all of you to make another sanity roll. You can click it from the chat
Oh, do
bar.
I see it too?
Yeah, you see it as
Oh,
well.
sorry. Oh, that worked.
And
Oh, do you? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh no.
ooh. Ooh.
That did it.
Okay. So, yikes. That is a lot of dice.
I may be glitched. Hold on.
Is Julian the only one that passed?
Julian passed with flying colors.
Right.
So,
Julian is
so yeah, looks like Jebediah did not pass. Arthur did not
Got the
pass.
rules of iron.
Gerald, did you pass?
I can't tell. I think I might be glitched. I'm refreshing.
Okay, and then on the chat bar, just click where it says sanity check 34% with your...
Yeah,
Get you
nothing
on
was
there.
happening when I clicked
Okay.
that, but now it works. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, and then did it automatically assign... I assume it did, since some of you... Looks like you had a bout of madness.
Oh. Ooh. I did take a few off. Yeah. Very close to my daily 6 out of 7.
I didn't lose any yet.
If you click on the... So, if you fail a sanity roll, you have an involuntary action. Like a yelp, you drop something. Once you decide what you do and we play it, then click on that button on the chat bar that says involuntary action performed. And I think then maybe it does the sanity loss.
I don't see that button.
Yeah.
I'll click on it then. So Arthur, what do you do having lost your sanity roll? What's your involuntary action? Just something quick like, or you drop something, or you begin to cry.
I think maybe I would fall to the ground and start crying.
Perfect. So now let me click that. And did that just give you sanity loss?
It's saying I can roll. For
Okay.
sanity.
Yep. Then go ahead and roll.
7.
Ooh.
I think
Jeez.
that's my max daily
Oh, no.
that I've just lost.
Oh, so let me apply that to you. Okay. All right. So Arthur, let me give you some mythos experience, so you at least get something out of it. You need to have a bout of madness. Have you hit your daily? Yes, you did hit your daily. So you are indefinitely insane. So there's two types of insanity in Call of Cthulhu. There's temporary insanity, which lasts about a day, and then a good night's sleep, you recover. Then indefinite insanity that lingers until you have a long break from whatever is bothering you. That could be days, weeks, months. When you have a bout of insanity, you'll have a reaction, and there's tables that we roll on to determine what that is. And so I'm going to roll on the real-time bout of madness table for you. And did it put anything up on your screen, Arthur?
No.
Okay. Let me look. Sorry, it's the new version of Foundry on here. Just trying to... Okay, so it did put that on there, which is good. Okay, so roll a d10 for me, Arthur. And then we got to do this with three more of you, so this will be fun. And then roll another one. So you will gain a new phobia. And your bout of madness is going to last for 3 rounds. Your new phobia, you will imagine that it's there for the next 3 rounds. So a phobia is a fear. What new fear have you just gained? If you like, I can roll on... I think this has the table... Oh, it doesn't have the table on here. I can grab it out of the book real quick. Or you can come up with something. Because sometimes if we just roll on a random table, it doesn't really fit. What do you think this would cause Arthur to be afraid of?
Afraid of, like being in the forest or something? Or like trees? I don't know.
Ooh, let's see if there's a fear of trees. There's fear of plants. There's fear of fur. There's fear of cats. Let's see. Fear of animals. I don't see trees. There's got to be one, though. And we could just come up with that. On your character sheet, if you don't have a section that says like phobias and manias, let me know and we'll add one while I just check this table really quickly. Yeah, I don't see fear of trees.
See, I told you he's gonna be an elder god.
So, did you have that on your character sheet, phobias and manias?
I'm not seeing it.
Be under
anywhere.
backstory. Let me look. Nope. So let me add a section on here. Add new section.
There's a fear of forests.
Ooh, you want a fear of forest?
Yeah.
Xylophobia?
Is it XYLO?
Yeah.
Phobia. Fear of forests. And you are in the middle of a forest right now.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you have a fear of forests. Now, for 3 rounds, that's going to affect you.
Okay.
Now, anytime for the remainder of, for sure, the day that you lose 1 point of sanity, like if something else triggers it, you'll have a whole other bout of madness. So you're kind of on that horrible spiral right now where everything is going to set you off. But in just a moment, when we get back into the action, I want you just to role play that to the best of your ability.
Okay.
Let's do Marian. What's your involuntary action?
She probably just like throws her hands out and like might accidentally just like, like not hard hit, but like smack whoever's next to her.
Oh, nice. Probably Julian. You're probably close to Julian and he's stabbing this thing and you probably just reach out and smack him.
Yeah, I was like, no.
On the chat now, it should have to roll your sanity loss.
Well, here we go. Oh, damn!
Dang it!
Wow, everyone's reaching their sanity limit, like, for the day.
Like, wait.
So you did not hit your daily max. So this is a temporary bout of madness. So you need to make an intelligence check. I'm going to roll it for you. If you pass this, then what will happen is you... that means that you understand. You want to fail this roll. If you fail this roll, you kind of lock it back into your subconscious. If you pass this, then that's where like things begin to, you realize, oh, this is not natural, and like, oh, what else is going on? So let me roll that intelligence check for you.
Oh my god, of course, this is where
You remember everything. So
Awesome.
You experience a bout of madness. Let me give you a mythos experience. And then
Yeehaw.
roll a d10 for me.
Alright, let's see what happens. I was so excited to not be the first one to go inside. And now here we are.
A phobia, again. What phobia do you want? Or I can look at the table.
Like looking at this big gray thing. Like, what does that look like? fear of abstract art. We'll just focus on I think the rat thing, maybe fear of rats.
I don't know what it, I'm going to call it rodentophobia for now, but we'll look up and see what it is. Fear of rats. And then roll a d10. That's how long this little bout of madness is going to last.
Okay.
Eight rounds. So you want to get as far away from these little rat things as possible. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. So, Jebediah, what is your involuntary action?
Well, great Scott, what is that thing?
Nice. And then in the chat bar, you'll see the roll sanity loss if you'll click on that for your character. Oh, 7 points again. Wow.
Yeah.
Let me apply that. And same thing, the intelligence check. You want to fail this. Oh, and you do. You fail it. So you manage to push down that memory. So it says your mind repressed the memory and buried it into your subconscious. So you lost the points, but you don't go insane, which is fantastic. Then, Luke, did you pass yours?
It looks like it, yeah, 21. I think that's what that means. It's got a 34. Good luck, I guess.
Oh, yes. Okay. Perfect. And then, and Julian, you passed as well. Okay, so the three of you. So we have two people that are insane, and one person that is, and two that had a bout of, that failed but did not manage to go insane. So Arthur and Marian, you two have gone bonkers. So, we have this huge creature, and the size of this token does not belie how big this is. Think of like a rhinoceros or something. Not quite elephant-sized, but significantly larger than, say, a cow. There's this huge, greasy, sucking beast that's pushing through the undergrowth, through the trees, and coming directly for us.
Just one question.
Yes.
How much damage did I take from the slap?
None. So no damage. Just kind of a little shove as she just kind of reach out and smacks you. You turn around and look, and then you see that look of terror on Marian and Arthur's face. And this music does not sound at all.
Yeah, it's like Hogwarts.
I know, right? There we go. Perfect. So let me drag us into initiative. This thing, it's kind of far away. Kind of far, being like 30 or 40 feet.
Ooh, not far enough.
Not far enough. Let me grab everyone. The good news is those little rat things seem to be scurrying away. And let me pull up everyone's dexterity here. All right, Julian, you are up first. What do you do?
Julian basically has a bout of like confidence. Like, he's a bit egotistic in the moment because he just took out a rat, and he's like really excited. He's like, "Oh man, I'm really strong." So he's gonna charge at this big monster. He's like, "You're nothing.
Nice.
I just took out your minion."
So if you want to charge him with your knife, just target the moon beast. He will meet your charge, and then you can make a fighting attack with your knife, same as you did for the little rat. Just target him and then click on your knife.
But I don't see his token.
Let me move him down. Do you see him there?
Oh, there he is.
Perfect.
Yes, I do. I shall target and knife him.
and he will absolutely fight back.
Small knife.
You swing your blade, and a pseudopod flashes out from this thing faster than seems possible, striking your arm aside with a sickening crunch. And you'll take 8 damage. That might be a major wound. Yes. So you need to make a... Do you see a Constitution check on the... Oh, you'd already taken damage. Oh, shoot. You might be dying.
Oh no.
Okay, so you pass the Constitution check. You are... Oh, boy.
Nice.
Let me see where we're at here. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I had a night of sleep, but I don't think I recovered any HP from that.
you should have recovered 1. So you should be at because you just took 8 and it dropped you to
I'll be
0.
at 1 then.
Because if you were any lower than that, it would have just killed you outright. So you're going to be at 1 hit point. So let me fix that. In fact, I think,
Okay.
Marian, I think you had taken damage the day before. You'll have recovered 1 hit point as well. So that, oof. Okay. Let me.
Well, at least I'm conscious.
Yeah.
This damn creature is very strong.
So you took a major wound. You fall prone, but you did not fall unconscious. And so the major wound, it dislocated your shoulder with your knife arm.
I guess I have to punch it for my unarmed.
Let's see, you're not dying. Let me uncheck dying. But you do have a major wound. You're not unconscious, and you are prone. Okay, there we go. Marian, you're up next.
Oh boy. Can I do rational things while insane, or?
Depends on what it is. You still have control of your character. You probably you wouldn't run towards those rats, for
Right.
sure. The rats all ran one way, kind of back the way you guys came. You might be more inclined to run the other way, which is deeper into the woods.
Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, I think that's all she can do right now.
So you sprint.
Yeah.
So your movement value is 9. You're actually, I think you're faster than the beast, which, yeah, its movement is 7. So you will be able to outpace this thing. We're not going to do like a traditional chase in Call of Cthulhu. Essentially, if your movement rate is higher, you will always get away. But I think one or two of us, I think Arthur, your movement is also 7. And maybe Jebediah, because of your age. Yes, and Jebediah, your movement is 6. And so Jebediah and Arthur, you will not be able to directly outrun it. So there will be rolls involved. But Marian, you're able to get away. I'm going to move your token kind of off to the side, just so we know that you are running. Gerald,
Okay.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I think Gerald is right there alongside Marian. He is booking it. I'm very sorry,
Out of my
but
way!
he is no hero.
And what is your movement? Is 8.
8.
Yeah, so you would be able to distance yourself from it. Do either of you want to try and help Julian? It would bring you really close to that beast.
Yeah, I think Gerald was running before any of that even happened. He's running.
Okay.
I think Marian would, if she can try, she'll try.
So he's not unconscious, but he's prone. You'd need to get him up as you were running away. I'd have you make like a strength roll to try and pull him onto his feet.
Or could she just like grab his arm and just start dragging him through the?
Just don't grab the one that's dislocated.
Ooh.
But yeah, if you want to drag him, for sure a strength roll. You'll move significantly slower, but you can start to move him away.
I think she's just gonna try to. Oh boy.
You missed by 7. You can push that. If you fail, you fall. Or you can spend 7 luck. Or you can say, sorry, Julian.
I'll spend the luck.
Okay.
It's only 7.
Nice. So you managed to drag Julian with you. But you're not going to be near as far away as Gerald is. So let me drag Julian's token over here. I'll put you with him.
Unless you wanted to blaze of glory at Julian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe I'll blaze in glory and like cover your escape, but like just go down, take down the beast. If I could.
When it comes back around to your turn, Julian, I'll let you make that determination. So part of Call of Cthulhu, you don't feel bad if you lose a character. You just make another one. And I want you to go out, with something memorable. And if this is how Julian goes out, it's awesome. Let's go to Jebediah. Now you're slow. Your knees are already hurting, and the thought of trying to run through the woods away from this thing, you're not sure if you can do that. But you also have Arthur, who's slow and goes after the moon beast. You don't know, do you leave Arthur to his fate?
No, Arthur, come on. I think it'd be best if we make for the farmhouse. We'd be safer there. Who knows, there could be more of these things in the woods.
So you're going to run... So the others are not running to the farmhouse. They're running deeper into the woods. You want to run to the farmhouse?
Yes, I think Jebediah will start making his way that way. That way he might be able to get help from the sheriff to go find the rest of the students.
And are you trying to drag Arthur with you, or are you just telling him, follow me, and running?
I will just simply tell him to follow me.
Okay. Let me move you.
I will also call out so any of the others that ran know that I don't know if it's a good idea if we run deeper into the woods.
Marian will probably have a hard time running that way because that's the way that the rats went. Mm-hmm. But you don't know that. The moon beast.
So am I alone with the moon beast right now?
Basically.
Okay.
Now, the moon beast...
Arthur, you have that spell that can cover your darkness.
That's true.
Use that.
That's true.
I was hoping you would say that. Do you want to try and cast that? It's instantaneous.
Yes, I will try to cast it.
And I believe there's something, if it's like an instant spell, that like bumps your dexterity order up. I'd have to double check that, but it sounds cool, rather than having Arthur just get pulped by this thing. If you want to cast that spell, it's going to prevent you from getting just annihilated here. So you've not cast that spell before. If you go on your character sheet and go to Gear and Cache, you'll see your spells.
Yes.
If you click on the spell, the Shroud of Shadows, or double click on it, it'll pull up another menu. You'll see a box that says Cast. Yes. And I don't know if it will make you do your power roll. Let's see what happens when you click Cast. Okay, it's just going to take your magic points. If you click on description... So I don't even think it took your magic points away. Okay, well, anytime you cast a spell for the first time, you need to beat a hard power roll. So roll power, and you need to beat your hard score on this. Which you do not. You can push that. If you push it, the spell will still go off, but then something and fail, then if you push it and succeed, the spell goes off. If you push it and fail, the spell still happens, but something bad happens.
Okay.
Oh,
nice.
Nailed it. So nothing motivates you quite like death.
Right.
So those words that Jason had written in that book spring to your mind. And so you now have full access to this spell. You can cast it anytime you want. It will cost you, to push it, you pay the price again. So it costs you 2 magic points. You're actually going to lose 4 magic points because you had to push the roll. So you're going to be at 6. You get 1 of those back per hour, so you regain those relatively quickly.
Okay, cool.
Now, what this spell does is it causes a dense shadow to appear in a roughly circular volume, about 10 feet or 3 meters in diameter, directly in front of you. And this will obscure vision for a number of rounds, which is equal to 1d6 plus 4. Let's see how many rounds. For 10 rounds. Describe for me, Arthur, what happens when you evoke the words of this spell.
I think like a fog appears on the forest floor, and it is I don't know, like pushing itself towards me and wraps me up in the fog.
The thing cannot see you. Its vision has been obscured. It continues to moves past you towards the other group. Now you can take this time to run towards the professor if you like.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next round. So Julian, you can get up from being prone if you like, which I assume you would.
Yep, I'll do that.
Perfect. So you get back on your feet. What do you do?
Go attack the beast again.
Okay, go for it.
All right, go. I just...
Oh, nice. So he needs to get he's going to fight back. He will need to get a hard success to beat you. And no, he does not. So roll damage.
He's gonna fumble.
Click on the roll damage on the chat bar. I think it'll let you do that. And then click on the next button. Nice. 4 damage.
Max damage, alright.
Let me inflict that pain on him. Your blade sinks deep into him, and it's almost like puncturing like a gelatinous film. And as you poke through the skin, the knife slides in incredibly easy. And your hand even punches through the little hole that you've cut. And it is cold inside of there. It's almost like cold milk on your hands. It's viscous and cold. And you pull your hand out and it's covered in this white, clingy ooze.
Since he fumbled, does he fall over or anything? Or?
He doesn't fall over. He just, as he tries to fight back, it exposes himself to where you get that good attack in there. And I'm going to say his next attempt to attack, I'm going to give him penalty dice on it. Because it does put him in a very bad position.
Okay.
Marian, your turn.
She's just gonna keep running.
Okay. And Gerald, are you going to keep running?
Definitely.
Jebediah, if you continue to run, you'll reach that fuel dump at the end of this turn. You continue to head towards the house. You look back and you see Arthur running behind you, and between Arthur and where that beast was, you see this cloud of dark vapor.
Well, so I can no longer see the beast then.
No.
Well, I think the best thing to do now would just keep running. I can't risk anything right now. I'll need the sheriff's help, so I will keep running.
The moon beast is going to attack Julian. But he's going to have a penalty die on this.
Can I also fight back during his
You can.
attack?
So, On the chat bar, it should show. Okay, why didn't that work? He failed. You can fight back, so you can make another knife roll. We'll just do it manually. You just need to get a success, and you'll hit him. Oh shoot! Nope. You don't manage to hit him. But the two of you are deep in struggle. Again, you're buying time for others. Arthur, are you running with the professor?
Yes.
How do you feel having cast that spell? This is the first time this has even seemed possible to you, yet it happened.
Well, I feel like my beliefs around magic and the supernatural are definitely changing, because before I believed that everything had, a logical explanation, and magical things could just be, science that we didn't understand yet. So I feel like this whole experience is maybe changing my perspective on everything.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden roll.
Nice.
Right now, you want to be out of these woods. You have a fear of these woods, and you can see up ahead of you that fuel bunker and then that path towards the McLaren house. You can see that there is no one out near that body. The body is still on the ground. The sheriff's car is still parked at the house, but you don't see anyone there. But you do see, when Jebediah turned and looked at you, there was almost a look of awe, and you feel empowered after what you've done. And you wonder if this is just the beginning. Let's go to the next round. Julian.
It's gonna be like, just go for it, just attack as
Okay.
as best as you can. Yeah.
Oof.
Getting worse.
It is going to fight back. And miss. You're still in it.
Get into the fight.
Mary.
I guess I should start using luck.
Yeah.
Although,
Yep. So you can use luck on combat rolls. You can use it to make them a success, or to adjust it from a regular success to a hard or to an extreme success. And yeah, you may want to use that. Now, there's an optional rule in Call of Cthulhu. It's the luck rule. So as long as you have at least 30 luck, you can burn all of your luck, and you can prevent yourself from dying.
okay. I do have that.
Yep. So you have enough. So if you were going to die, you could burn all your luck, and somehow you avoid death at that moment. But that doesn't mean that the next round it wouldn't happen again. But you do have that option as well. Marian, do you continue to run?
Yep.
And Gerald as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The two of you reach a clearing in the woods. And at the center of this grassy clearing stands a jagged gray hunk of rock. Partially fused with the rock is the corpse of a once handsome African-American male. Now frail and emaciated, it is still alive, fused to this rock. Maggots and carrion insects infect his flesh. His sunken eyes are open but appear lifeless. His jaw hangs slack, and a puffed up and rotted tongue protrudes over his lower lip. As you get closer, you see that the top of his skull is missing, exposing a still fresh-looking brain covered with strange cables, crystalline structures, and pulsing bioluminescent fungi. Marian, you recognize this person. This is John Jeffrey.
John.
And I have a picture.
Oof.
I need the two of you to make a sanity roll. As you see this person fused with stone, his skull split open, maggots spilling out of his gaping mouth as he looks at you trying to mouth words.
Dear, I'm gonna need a hero here. Some really good dice.
Gerald, you will lose 1d4
Oh, dear.
plus 1.
That's gonna be his
Roll this.
temporary then.
4 points.
Yeah, he was at 6 out of 7 for his daily.
Ooh, and Marian, you make it, but since you know this person, you're still going to lose some.
Mhm.
Let's see, let me roll. It's 1d2 plus 1. You're going to lose 3, Marian.
Okay.
So that's going to trigger another bout of madness for you. And then we've got a bout of madness for Gerald as well. Let me grab this right here. Perfect. So Gerald, roll a d10 for me. And Marian, since you lost a point of sanity, you will also experience a bout of madness since you're already insane. So, Gerald, you're going to have physical hysterics or an emotional outburst. You are incapacitated laughing, crying, screaming, etc. for 1d10 rounds. Roll a d10 and see how long you are incapacitated laughing, crying, or screaming.
Okay, so that's 8 rounds.
Well, no, the first one was what it was. Roll another
Oh.
d10, and that's how long it happens.
I see.
Oh, for 10. Oh, it's even
10
worse.
rounds.
For 10 rounds. And Marian, roll a d10 to see what your new bout of madness is.
You.
Ooh, another
Same?
same thing. Yeah, roll a d10 and see how long. For 8.
Okay.
So you guys will. What do you do when you see John Jeffrey, this person fused to this rock, as he's trying to speak to you?
Yeah, Chubb's just giggling. He's just like, this is insane, and it never really mattered, and he's just laughing about it.
What about Marian?
It's like a verbal outburst.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Or emotional. It can be verbal, emotional.
Okay. She's probably just gonna stand there screaming, like.
Behind Jeffrey, shimmering like a heat haze, stands some sort of gate or portal. It's almost like an illusion, a mirage. Tantalizing and swiftly changing images are seen through the portal. A white city covered in clouds, the hold of a black galley of a ship, a bright and enchanting woodland scene, a sea of bones in what appears to be a gigantic cavern. This is reminiscent of a dream that you've had, the shifting vistas of strange cities and strange places. You seem to see it through this gate. Jeffrey bobs his head slightly, trying to speak, trying to say something to you. His eyes lock on you, Marian. He recognizes you. But you guys are stuck in a cycle of insanity. Jebediah, you're at the fuel dump. Do you continue running to the house?
No, now that we're here, I'll say, well, Arthur, now that we're a bit safer, I think that I ought to go back and look for them. I am in charge of this expedition, and, well, I can't simply abandon them. Perhaps you're welcome to join me if you wish, Arthur, or you can go look for more help, but the sheriff doesn't seem to be here, and I think I best do whatever I can.
And Arthur, this is your last round of that phobia. It lasted for 3 rounds, and this is the 3rd round. So when your turn comes up here in just a moment, that will subside. So already you can feel yourself calming because you did see the house, you saw civilization, you know that these woods don't go on forever. What's your response, Arthur?
I think I still wouldn't want to go back into the woods after everything that happened.
Well, you could always go to the house. Jason's there.
Brutal.
Yeah.
If you wish, Arthur, you're welcome to stay by this tree, and I'll go see if I can help the other students. And if I'm not back within the next 30 minutes or so, then you might be best to go back to the house and see if you can find the sheriff.
Okay, Professor. I'll do that.
Then Jebediah, you start heading towards heading in the direction that the others went.
Yes, and when I can see the beast, I will pull out my handgun and take aim at it.
Probably next round you'll see it. There's still that obscuring cloud of fog. Once you reach that, just a short distance beyond that, you'll see the beast. Speaking of the beast, it is going to attack Julian. You've been struggling with this foe for quite some time. And you can, on the chat screen, you can now either dodge or fight back. So he failed. So if you fight back, if you hit, you'll do damage. Then click on that button on the chat. You can spend luck on a fight back if you want. You'd only have to spend... Yeah, there we go. Nice. Then roll the damage. Nice. Excellent. And then Arthur, it's your turn. You're going to stay there.
Yes.
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh.
You begin to come down from that bout of madness. Now you still have underlying insanity. Any little bit, any other single drop or loss of a single point of sanity will cause another bout of madness. You start looking around and you see, kind of in the side of your vision, you see movement, and you look and you can see someone is approaching through the trees. It's Jason.
Of course it is.
Let's go to round 4. Julian, still, you've survived like 3 rounds more than I thought. Can you continue to do it? What have you got for us, Julian?
My turn again?
Yep, your turn.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fight. Keep going. Trying to kill this thing.
You're doing good so far.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Now, you can spend some luck and make that a hard success or a extreme success.
Would that do more damage?
So what'll happen if you make it so right now he's going to fight back. He has to get a higher level of success than you. So if you have a regular success, he needs to get a hard success or an extreme. If you make yours a hard, he has to get an extreme. If you make yours an extreme, if you make it an extreme, it does additional damage.
Oh, it's okay. I'll just make it harder.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
He will fight back. So he needs an extreme success, and no. Nice. So you managed to fight back. Roll damage. Ooh. Nice. Let me inflict pain on him. Excellent. Marian, you are just beside yourself, seeing John Jeffrey here fused to this stone, this shimmering gate. what do you do for your action? You're essentially in a bout of madness, but you do have some control over your faculties.
I think she would, if there are any, like... If there are any, like, big rocks around, I feel like she would try to, like, maybe put her friend out of his misery.
Yes. Okay. There's quite a few rocks around. This will prey upon your conscience, and you don't need to make a sanity roll, but you will take a sanity loss. So I'm gonna roll to see how much you will lose.
Oh boy.
Only one.
Wow. Okay.
So reduce your sanity by 1. You'll have another bout of madness, so roll a d10 for me.
Oh boy. Again?
So another... well, since you just had that one, do you want to have the same one, or do you want to re-roll? I'll let you pick a different one if you want a different one.
I'll re-roll.
Okay. Don't get a 3. 3 is a spree of uncontrolled... Oh, no!
Nice.
3 is violence.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. Don't get a 3. The 3 is bad.
The 3.
A red mist descends, and you explode in a spree of uncontrolled violence and destruction directed at your surroundings, allies, or foes alike, for 1d10 rounds. Roll a d10 to see how long you are wailing on poor Gerald.
Get out of the way, Gerald.
6 rounds.
Jeez. All right.
So you pick up that stone.
I love that.
Oh, this is awesome. You pick up the stone.
This is crazy.
And narrate for me how you take out your friend, John Jeffrey.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I think it's not really pretty or sane, obviously. I think she's just kind of... It's like in the horror movies when, like, you know, someone is striking out against, like, the killer or something, and it's just, like, very frenzied, and you're just, like, trying, you know, to, like, do damage. I think she's probably, like, screaming and crying, like, there's, like, all sorts of, you know, emotions, like, flying. But I do think, like, deep down in the root of it, like, she knows she's doing the right thing, because this is not... She wouldn't want this to happen to her. So she's trying to just, you know, get her friend out of whatever is happening.
As you bring the stone down, you hear 2 sounds. First, it's a squishing, squelching sound as the stone contacts that brain. And then it's the grinding of stone on stone. And you look down and you see a crumble of rock fragments at your feet. At the same time, there's a blinding flash in front of you as that strange portal, that strange gate, flares brightly and then disappears. It seems as though when Jeffrey died, that gate died as well. There's a great rushing sound that comes from the woods, and you feel rather than see dozens and dozens of small invisible entities being sucked through that gate. And then a great one, as a greasy bulk, invisible to your eyes, but you can feel the presence as it slides past you into that gate. There's a brief droning sound, another blinding flash, and you look down. John Jeffrey, whatever remained of him in that stone, is no more. But you still have this rock, and Gerald is still standing there. Gerald, you look over and see your classmate having just destroyed this, whatever this was, in the rock. And now it seems that whatever was here in the sugar maple forest has been sucked through some portal But now she looks at you, and you see violence on her face and in her eyes, and she seems to regard you as nothing more than an obstacle that needs to be crushed beneath the weight of that rock. What do you do, Gerald? You're just sitting there laughing, like, how much more insane can this get?
Yeah, and he's got that for 10 rounds. So I think
Yep.
he's just laughing. This is madness. This is literally incomprehensible, and I mean, what does it all matter? He's just giggling.
Jebediah, you reach that area where Arthur had cast the spell, and as soon as you walk through that mist, you notice there's a strange odor in that mist as you pass through. It's almost sulfurous, like rotten eggs. And as you come through, you see Julian lying on the ground, clutching his arm. In his hand is a knife. It's covered in a white, milky liquid. There's spatters of it on his arm and a pool of it on the ground. But whatever that great beast was that you were fighting is no longer there. But with your pistol in hand, in fact, I'm going to end the encounter. You see that Julian appears to be alone, but badly wounded.
Well, does it look like he will survive without immediate medical attention?
Well, that's going to be a first aid roll. And he needs one within an hour anyway. All right. Ooh, close, but not quite. Now he's not dying, which is good. But he's definitely in a bad spot. So he needs first aid within an hour, and then he needs a medicine roll. So you've still got some time. You can't try that again until someone else gives that a go. You look at this, and the best you can do is maybe make some sort of sling, or at least get him to his feet. But you can tell he needs help. Maybe the doctor in town. But whatever has happened, he's alive, which is probably the best relief to you. The worst thing imaginable is that the same disaster that befell last year should happen again.
Well, now that the
When
beast is
Jebediah
gone-
comes out of the fog, do I see him as a normal human being, or do I see him something else?
You are not insane, thank goodness. So you see him as a normal human being.
Ah, cool. I'm like, Professor, thank God you're here.
Ah, yes. Well, where did the others go? You seem to be all right, at least for now.
The others ran deeper into the woods. They seem to think there's something going on there. I don't know why, but they decided to leave me here fending off the beast. And I
That's
did
going to be
the
awkward when
best
you
I
guys
could.
get back together.
I know, right? But anyway,
Let me have both of you make a listen roll.
oh, right on the money.
Julian, you can hear a high-pitched giggle coming from deep in the woods, and it sounds like maybe that's Gerald, but you've never heard a laugh like that. It's a almost like a child's laugh. It's innocent and just detached from any sort of grip on reality.
Reality.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, hey, Professor, I think I hear something. I know where they are, so I'm gonna lead the professor towards the noise that I'm hearing.
Perfect. Arthur. Jason comes up and says, "Where did you go? The police, they're still here. They have questions. Did you get me that bone?
No, Jason, I couldn't get you the bone.
Where's the others?
They're still back in the forest.
So it's just you and me?
I guess so.
Let's go get one of those bones."
Oh my god.
Okay, Jason.
Peer pressure.
So the sheriff didn't take the bones?
Not
Fine.
yet. It sounds like he's in the house, probably talking to the other students, probably to Robert Blaine, taking statements. But the bones are still laying out there. His car is still in the front drive, so he's still there. He just has not taken the bones yet. I think he assumed no one would go and steal a bone while he was in the house questioning people.
Bold assumption.
So Jason walks with you, and you notice as you're walking towards the bone, he reaches up and puts his arm around your shoulders in a very fraternal sort of hug, like you two are now not just good friends, but maybe partners in something. And he looks at you and says, "Feels good, doesn't it? You've had your first taste of magic. I can tell. I can see it. You're a changed man, Arthur. No one will ever dismiss you again. And there's much I can still teach you. Shall we begin?
Okay.
Let's go get that bone." And the two of you walk towards that body. Let's go back to Marian and Gerald. Marian, you are overcome with a violent rage. Gerald, you are beside yourself, just laughing at the hilarity of what's going on. I'm going to pull the two of you into a combat.
Oh no.
How funny would it be that you guys didn't die from monsters, but from each other?
From each
Like,
other.
honestly. Die to PvP.
All right,
The real-
Marian, you are up first. If you want to bash him with that stone, it's going to be a fighting brawl. And just target him, hover over him, and push T. It will put like a reticle on him, so he's targeted.
Oh, do I like hold and then?
Nope. Yep. There you go. So now he's targeted, and then on your character sheet, just click your fighting brawl skill.
Yep.
Or if you have
Sorry,
unarmed, yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Oh, there you go. She fumbled.
You fumbled. So Gerald, do you fight back? Do you dodge? Do you try and tackle her to the ground? I mean, this is all just so crazy. But she is attacking you. You're probably not going to just let her club you to death. What would Gerald do?
Yeah, maybe more just like, just tackling, restraining.
WWGD. That's going to be a fighting brawl roll. So it's an opposed roll. If you succeed on this, you'll be able to either tackle her to the ground or wrench the stone away.
Oh, he's a talker. He is not a fighter. I say that.
Oh. Okay. What
Wow,
are
you guys
trying
really
to do?
gonna beat each other to death.
She's coming at you with the stone. She misses, but you fight back. So are you trying to? You want to tackle her, pin her arms down, knock the stone away, sweep her legs?
Yeah, that's kind of it. He's just trying to hold her and like hug her close so that she can't harm him.
She drops the rock. It lands at your feet. You've got her in kind of a bear hug, and you're just staring at her face, just laughing as loud as you can right into her face. And there's spittle flying from your mouth, landing on her, and she's just screaming at you, angry as could be, and you're just laughing right in her face. Julian, you and Jebediah arrive at that time, and you see the two of them in this weird, awkward embrace. Gerald?
Like, I'll be like, hey guys, get a room, okay? Jeez. This is not the time.
Make a... So that would actually fall under a psychoanalysis roll. So that's one way you can kind of help people through a bout of madness, is using the psychoanalysis skill. You only have a 1% chance, but you might get it. You never know. No, you didn't. Do you
I'll push that anyway.
Push it? Yeah.
I'm gonna... Why not? He's feeling lucky. Nope.
No. So, Marian, you see now someone else is coming in that might be deserving of your wrath. And
Hey.
Jebediah, what do? You see these two classmates clearly. You've seen something like this in the war. But they're definitely, they've succumbed to whatever emotional trauma the day has brought upon them.
Yes. You two no longer need to worry. It appears that the beast has left us. You can calm down now. You'll be all right. We can head back to the farmhouse and find safety there.
Why don't you give me a psychoanalysis roll? Close.
You could probably use luck.
Yeah, you could. You want to burn 16 luck to diffuse the situation? Can you afford it?
I might push it.
You don't have a lot of luck, so.
No, you no.
Oh, no.
No.
Make it worse. Like, here's your rock that you dropped.
Yeah.
What?
Let's do another round. Marian, you've dropped your rock, but he's laughing right in your face, and your arms are pinned down. You can try to break out. That'd be a fighting brawl roll, or you can try to bite him.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, bite him.
All right, yeah, we'll try to bite. We'll
Sweet.
bite.
That'll be like an unarmed attack, so you can, like, on your... I think you might have an unarmed attack, like, or a punch on your combat ribbon. Yeah, click on that.
Oh yeah, let me look at the combat.
That punch. It'll be like a headbutt and a bite.
Yeah. So then do I just hit the melee?
So I think you just click on the weapon, like on the... It says punch. Does that do it?
Oh.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
So then
got
you
it.
will just roll on the chat tab. Yep, and then Gerald, you can choose to either try and dodge that, or you can try to fight back, or you can try to adjust the maneuver and, like, knock her to the ground.
How does one dodge?
So it'll be your dodge skill. And
Oh.
the way that dodging works, so she got a regular success. If you're fighting back, you have to get a higher level of success. If you're dodging, you just have to get the same success. So if you get a regular success with dodging, you will succeed, and the attack will fail. If you're fighting back, you're going to have to get a hard or an extreme success.
Yeah, and one of the abilities that let you pick as, like, class-trained abilities was dodge.
Yep.
And in my mind, it was like he did a bit of brawling, but it was just the running away part
Yeah,
of it.
the weaving,
so-
dodging, and weaving
Yeah.
sort of thing. So if you
Yeah.
want to, you can click on dodging on the chat thing, and then it will do that for you. Ooh, I'm going to let you keep that one. Awesome. So
Nice.
that is an extreme success on your dodge. So as she comes in, you sort of move your head to the side, like, no, silly, stop trying to do that. And then Gerald, it's your turn. What do you do?
He would have had to have let her go to dodge, so...
Well, no, you just kind of moved your head out of the way, unless you did want to let her go.
I think he would have let her go, because hearing other voices, he would kind of just scrabble away towards the others, laughing all the while, like, look at this. This is crazy. Who cares?
So you get over maybe behind Jebediah and Julian.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me just grab these guys and add them to the combat.
I have a feeling Julian's probably going to die from PvP. This is going to be...
Well, Julian,
Really
you're up
great.
next.
Yeah, Julian's going to enter combat with Marian and try and knock her out because he just saw her try to bite Gerald. Although he doesn't like Gerald. He's like, oh, this is not good. We can't have her going around fighting
Gerald's a
people.
good victim.
If you want to go try and knock her out, just target her and then click on your punch on your...
I'll just punch, yeah.
Yep.
I'll just punch.
And then that, I don't know why that has that weird percent.
What's that?
I have
What's
no
that
idea. Click on that, see what it does.
Damn.
Okay, that's... Let me fix that. That's a success. In fact, that's would be a regular success. So, Marian, you can choose to dodge or fight back. So on the chat screen below your picture, you can see where it says dodging or fighting back. And click on one of those, and then it'll pull up your score. And I'm going to fix that punch on you, Julian, because that is incorrect.
She would try to dodge. Nice.
No, I think you needed higher than my dodge, right? Oh, I don't know.
No,
I
so
guess
with the
the GM will
dodge, you
tell me.
just need to equal it, and she.
Oh,
So
cool. You did dodge.
Yep. So
Damn.
she got a regular success as well.
She can't be caught.
Nice. And so then we go, Marian. It's your turn.
Oh God. Okay. Well, is her rock anywhere nearby?
Yeah, it's just down at your feet.
Okay. She's gonna pick up the rock and sorry, Julian. She's gonna.
Yeah,
You're right
yeah.
there. You're right there.
Yeah, I am.
Target him and then do the
Oh, boy.
punch.
How much longer is she insane?
We're gonna go through this round and then we'll probably
Okay.
say it ends. I don't want one of you guys to kill each other
Yeah.
unless we have to avoid it. Oh, nice. So
Good.
then, Julian, you can
I'll
fight
fight
back.
back.
Okay. So then
Yep.
just
I'll
make
fight back. I'll do a punch.
Yep. You just need to get a success.
Nope.
Nope. Gerald, what do you do?
Yeah, I think Gerald has been laughing so much that it really just hurts now, and he's gonna like lay down, still kind of laughing, but it just sounds like he's in pain. It's not even really laughter.
Nice. And Jebediah, you can't believe what you're seeing. What do you do?
Yes, I'll never hear the end of it. I suppose that the best thing to do would be to probably knock out Marian so that they can't try and harm the other students.
You know, this was back in the 30s. It was okay to strike a woman, so just go and give her the back of your hand or something.
Hysteria treatment.
Yeah.
Okay, Marian, do you try to fight back? You're going to have a penalty die because you've already fought back once this round. So if you want to fight back, just make it with a penalty die. Or if you want to try to dodge, it'll be with a penalty die.
I guess, yeah, she can try to fight back. Is that brawl again?
Yep, fighting brawl, and then just shift that little slider to the left one for a penalty die.
-1. Got it. Woo!
No,
Okay.
terrible. So, Jebediah, were you want to sweep her to the ground, or do you want to do damage?
No, he's just trying to sweep her to the ground so she can calm down and not try and hit the others with a rock.
So, Marian, you're swept off your feet, and you hit the ground, and you hit it hard. It kind of knocks the wind out of you, and that's enough to bring you out of your bout of madness. You still have that underlying insanity, but you come to and you start to shake, realizing what you very nearly did to Gerald and Julian and what you did do to John Jeffrey. And you probably spend the rest of your whatever rounds you had left just sobbing into your hands. And Gerald, you just continue to laugh while you hear the professor trying to calm everyone down. Professor, you think it's probably a good idea to head back to the house at this point? Do you gather up the students?
Yes. We'll likely need to have the doctor called in and make sure everyone is properly attended to, but for now it's best that we head back, and I don't trust Arthur not to get lost in the forest if he comes looking for us.
Yeah. Can Julian do one more psychoanalysis on Gerald?
Yes.
Maybe try and help him. With my 1%. Let's do it.
You know, if you get it, you'll have a chance to improve it.
Oh, he's got a 17. Funny enough, the one who's crazy is
I know, the
decent.
one that's the most helpful. You can push that if you like.
Yeah, might as well. Come on.
Oh, close. That would be a success for me. Damn.
Dang. You'll have to use that more often there, Gerald. See if you can get that brought up as well. So, when you get back to the house, you can see, or right as you come out through the woods, the police vehicle is still there, and you can see now Arthur and Jason Trent, Robert Blaine, some of the others, William Noakes, Terrence, Clarissa. They're all speaking with the sheriff out on the front porch. And as they see you approaching through the wood, the sheriff raises his hand and says, "You! I need to speak with you, Professor. Please. May we go inside and discuss what happened this morning?" And then he sees
yes.
he sees Julian kind of holding his arm. Do you need medical attention, son?
I'll give him a nod. Yep.
Let's call the doctor while we're at it. No one's in trouble. I just want to put you at ease. We just need to answer a few questions. But none of you are suspects. Don't worry, Professor. And he walks into the house, and you begin to head into the lot. And as you pass by the bones of that woman on the ground, Gerald, give me a spot hidden roll.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, never mind, you don't notice it. But the camera would pan over to the bones, and you would see that one of the small finger bones is missing. And that's where we will end the session. I'll go ahead, Julian.
I was thinking, before I head into the house, can I try and rob the police car, maybe? While one's inside.
Let's... Yeah, so do you want to, steal the car and drive off in it?
No. I just want to, maybe get a gun or something, if I can find one.
Let me think. Would he have a gun? He has a gun, but it's on him. He wouldn't have one in the car. But you can go by and look in the car, and it looks like he's got a little sack lunch in there, probably some sandwiches, maybe an apple.
I wouldn't steal from a lunch from his mom. Yeah, that's all right.
But there's no this was before they would have a shotgun or something in the car. So he does have a pistol, but it's on his waist. It wouldn't be in the vehicle.
That's a shame. Oh well. Yeah.
We head into the house, and we will end the session there. So the first thing we need to do is let's just have someone see if they can get a first aid check done on Julian before the doctor gets here. Professor, you already tried. Let's see, maybe Gerald. Can you do a first aid on him?
He's done a little studying. He'd like to give it a go. Exactly his score, too.
Nice.
Thanks there, Gerald.
So I'm going to... let's see, actually, I need to look this up. I always forget with major wounds. Let's just double check this.
Because I can spend luck if we need to upgrade the success.
No, I think you just need to get a success. Let me find it. Because it's different if... let's see. So with major wounds... I know healing is different. Okay, so if you have a major wound, a constitution roll is made at the end of each week. If the con roll is failed, no recovery takes place that week. On a success, 1d3 hit points are recovered. On an extreme success, 2d3 hit points are recovered. But you do need a medicine check. Actually, no, you didn't hit 0, so you don't need a medicine check. But the doctor can come and look at you, but you will keep that major wound. Your shoulder's going to be a little gimpy for a while. So we'll do, in fact, if you want to make a constitution roll right now, Julian, you can do that. Oh, and you got a hard success. So you will recover 1d3 hit points. So let me roll that for you. 2 hit points. So in fact, I'm on your character sheet right now, so I'll add that 2 hit points on there.
Nice. That's 3 HP.
3 HP. Excellent. And
nice. I can do another battle with a monster.
yeah, you did almost that whole battle on 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Let's do the development phase. So let me switch us over, and we can do some skill improvements. Perfect. So then on your character sheet, you can go to the little gear tab, click on the development phase, and then click on the luck improvement. Gerald improved 3 of his 4 skills. Arthur only improved 1. Jebediah improved 2. Arthur did not get any luck. Shoot. And Julian, you got some skills. You improved 3 skills. and Julian got luck, and Jebediah got luck. And then when Alex gets back, I'll have Alex do the same thing. Any questions about... Oh, are you here, Alex?
Yes.
Sweet. If you want to do your improvement rolls, you go to the little ribbon with the gears and do the development thing. Oh, nice. Improve 3 skills, but no luck. Darn it.
Dang. That's how it goes.
Right? Darn it. Any questions about the scenario, about what you found, about the kind of what's going forward with the underlying insanity? Do you want me to kind of cover that again, or do you guys feel like you got it? Because we've got 4 of you. Oh, jeez. 4 of you that are... Oh, no, I think only one of you is dealing with temporary insanity. Let's see. So, Gerald, you went over your max, so you're indefinitely insane. And Marian, you did not go over your max. So yours will, after a good night's sleep, but we're not having a night of sleep between now and next session, because it's still like morning. So you still have your madness. Arthur, you went over your daily. Yep. Let me get rid of your bout of madness. There we go. And then the professor, you as well. And I think yours... yours is over. Perfect. So you are not insane. You came close. That's right. You made your intelligence roll. So for those that are still dealing with insanity, which is Gerald and Arthur and Marian, for the rest of the for Marian, for the rest of the day, which will be next session as well, if you lose a single point of sanity, you will have a bout of madness and go through the whole thing again. But after you get a full night's rest, that will go away, unless you hit your daily maximum before then, which you are pretty close. You're at 11, so 2 more points and you're going to be indefinitely insane. Gerald and Arthur, you poor lads have indefinite insanity. So from now until you get a significant break, which will be probably the end of the chapter, which is probably next time, then you will have a chance to try and recover a little bit. And you will probably need some counseling to help you to recover that. But thankfully, Miskatonic University will offer that to you. But otherwise, the same thing goes. You lose a single point, you will have another bout of madness. And then
so that's like 4 times the session.
I know, right? So, and then we've got the major wound that is still... I'm going to double check on that rule, because I think that's still ongoing, at least until you get a night's rest. And you need to have that, we'll say a medicine check on that, just to make sure that you're good. But otherwise... so when we get back to playing next week, there will be kind of some ongoing stuff, but once you get a night's rest, that will go away. I'm going to go ahead and...
Just a question. Did I manage to kill the monster, or did Marian stop it with the stone on the body?
It does not seem that you killed it. It seemed that all of a sudden you were stabbing it, and then you just felt it almost become incorporeal, and just you fell down onto the ground where it once was. It seemed to just vanish.
So Marian must have cleared a maple forest of all the monsters.
But in your head, you think you may have killed it, because you were stabbing it, and then all of a sudden it was just gone, and there was just this puddle of this stuff there. So, yeah, who knows what happened there? Let me fix. I'm going to edit your major wound here on your character.
So I'm probably I'm still in the cabin waiting for the doctor to show up.
Yep.
Finally give me some bandages.
Yeah, so your arm is dislocated your arm. It's in a bad way, but you could have easily died, but thankfully you did not. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and I will get this posted tonight, and I will see all of you all on next Sunday.